let's welcome Sister Rosemary. Come on up. And people have asked me from time to time, can you give a nun a hug? Yes.
I feel like I'm on a TV show, a celebrity.
Yeah.
Sounded like the welcome on a TV show, didn't it? Good morning, friends. I'm very happy to be with all of you today, especially that the children are here today. The children have been a part of my life since I became a sister of the Pious Schools. Well, Father gave me the privilege, that's very rare, okay, that a sister, a woman, could give the homily, but he let me, so I'm very grateful, Father. I'm going to talk a little bit about the gospel, okay? Jesus' words to us. Gospel means how to be happy, okay? Good news, good news. Today's gospel, Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem, traveling from village to village, teaching all who would listen. What would happen to him in Jerusalem? It was there he would fulfill his mission, freely offering his life for us. He never stopped moving toward the cross. This was the narrow gate. He did not avoid it. And Jesus invites us, he commands us to follow him through that narrow gate, the gate of obedient, self-giving love. Why does Jesus say it is narrow? Because it asks us to restrict our pride and our fear, to open ourselves with a humble and trusting heart to Jesus. Our ego and our pride puff us up. We think we can do it on our own, but only the humble enter. They know they can't do it on their own. Jesus doesn't say it will be easy. He knows the narrow gate is the way to eternal happiness. Just as Jesus visited the towns on his way to Jerusalem, he visits our town, our house, our heart. And he speaks these words to me, to you. Strive to enter the narrow gate. What's holding me back from entering the narrow gate on my journey through life? Maybe I try to carry the load myself, or I get weighed down by holding on to grudges and hurts. I can let my mind and my life get cluttered with things and gadgets, leaving no room for God. Possibly I'm avoiding the door of the confessional, fail to recognize my sins. Can I humbly confess that I need Jesus? Jesus is waiting for me at the gate, beckoning me to drop all that weighs me down. He's waiting for me to open my heart, to allow him to touch and heal my wounds, to be nourished by his own body and blood. Jesus is waiting with outstretched arm to give me his love, his peace, himself. My name is Sister Rosemary Bachnars. I'm a sister of the Pious Schools. I'm delighted to be with and pray with you, all of you, today in your beautiful church. I'm so grateful to your pastor, Father Norm, to all of you for allowing me to come to St. Vincent de Paul Parish through the propagation of the faith. They sent me here when I got the news back, and I think it was in March when I was in India at the time, and I was assigned to St. Vincent de Paul Parish. I began praying for all of you, the parishioners, the children. So I had a school praying for all of you and the teachers, and praying for Father, deacons. I promise I'll continue to pray for you also. I've been a missionary in India for 18 years, but you know that God calls each of us to be missionaries? Yes, mothers, fathers, of course teachers, grandparents, aunts, uncles. You are missionaries when you teach your children to pray, to trust in the loving, merciful God, a forgiving God. When you take time, no matter how busy or how tired you are, to listen to those children with understanding rather than judgment. Yes, we're all called to share Jesus' message of God's compassionate love wherever he sends us. Akron, California, India. After 30 years as teacher and principal at St. John Youth School in Chatsworth, California, I was excited to be chosen for our new mission in Kerala, India. For 14 years, I had the privilege of accompanying our postulants and novices in their formation to become sisters. You'd be happy to know we now have 29 Indian Sisters of the Pious Schools. For the past 4 years, I belong to our newest community in Odisha. It's on the east coast of northern India, just below Calcutta. As you may be aware, there's escalating discrimination, persecution against Christians in India. But the good news is that the faith is growing and church vocations are increasing. I would like to greet you this morning with the greeting of Christians in North India. They don't say hi or good morning or how are you. They say Jajasu. Put their hands together and they say Jajasu. Can you repeat after me? Jajasu. Jajasu. It means praise be Jesus. Jajasu. Jajasu. It's a very beautiful meaning, knowing that they identify themselves as Christians, even if there's persecution. In the village, the children come to me, Sister, Sister, Jajasu, Jajasu. They put their hands together and say, praise be Jesus. In spite of the persecution, discrimination, the Christians are not afraid to profess their faith in words and actions. The government is trying its best to bribe, threaten, terrorize Christians to give up their faith. The goal of the government under Prime Minister Modi is to make Hinduism the only religion in India. Those who are not Hindus are under the microscope and watching us all the time. But Jesus is giving them the strength to resist, to remain firm in their faith, to suffer unjustly. In the midst of these sufferings, God is preparing future missionaries for the world. They have a simple faith. There are young people willing to dedicate their lives to serve Jesus in the church as priests and sisters. I believe also he's calling some young people here from Akron to serve him as also in ministry. Hope they're listening. Our mission as Sisters of the Pious Schools means schools that teach piety, the heart and the head both. Our mission is to evangelize children and young people in the schools, in the villages, through catechesis, promoting the dignity of woman, so needed in India, helping form faith-filled families who will transform society. Now comes the appeal. We are living in a small rented house in Rayagada, Odisha. There are 5 candidates and 3 sisters. We need to build a house of formation in northern India, large enough to accept the 18 candidates from the north who have asked to join us. We have no room. Formation of a priest, a sister, is a long process. We do not have the room nor the resources. The church needs these future sisters to be the voice, the hands, and the heart of Jesus among the most vulnerable. But to be ready for this mission, they need to be formed, just as you children need to be formed. How can you help? My brothers and sisters, by our baptism, we are all called to mission. Right now, you have the opportunity to stretch your missionary hearts, to share by your prayers. Help us by your prayers. Yes, prayer is powerful. Prayer can do all things, okay? To strengthen and discourage missionaries, to encourage the wavering youth, to comfort those who are suffering. Another way you can participate, especially our older people like myself, okay? Offering up our pains and our aches, the limitations that we have, offering it up for the missions, for future vocations. Third way you can help is through donations. We need $200,000 to build a house of formation in Rayagada so that these willing young disciples may be prepared to live and expand Jesus' mission in India, in the U.S., in the world. You can help bring Jesus closer to his people by helping us build a large, simple convent where sisters will be formed now and in the future. The second collection today, or some of us, if you forgot today or didn't know today, you could bring it next week also. It will go toward our house of formation. You may put in cash. They could check out to St. Vincent de Paul Church with a note for the India Mission. And we're grateful for any amount that you can give. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. It's the giving of ourselves out of love for Jesus that makes us missionaries. I ask you to share generously from your hearts whatever you can, how God has blessed you to share the blessings with others. By preparing future sisters, you are missionaries to the future church. I'll be happy to meet you outside after the Mass, to answer your questions, to learn more about becoming a sister of the pious schools, anything that you'd like to know about us. In closing, I'd like to share with you a saying of my hero, St. Teresa of Calcutta, who surely knew how to enter the narrow gate. Mother said, "The fruit of love is service. The fruit of service is peace. And peace begins with a smile." Jadjussi. Praise be Jesus.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you, sister, again. Thank you.